Multifamily purchases here in San Diego County for the month of March 2024. Looking back on last month, we saw very similar trends from February, starting with the overall number of purchases or sales recorded. For last month, for the entire county of San Diego, we had a total of 46 2 to 4 unit properties close escrow, which is roughly 3 greater than last month, or about a 7% increase. So not much change in that. It will be interesting to see next month whether there's any slowdown or dip in current purchases, given rates have gone up measurable over the past week or so with the latest jobs report. Second graph we have here is the current breakdown of who's buying these properties. And as you'll see, the large majority of share continues to be non-owner occupied investors, where we have a total of 67% of purchases being investment based, which is roughly the same figure from last month. We'll see here as far as owner occupied goes, right, we have a total of 30%. So roughly a 70-30 split, right? The last purchase making up someone who's buying from out of state, which typically is very infrequent as far as the number of transactions go. As we'll see here, if we took a total of 10 sales recorded, we would find that of those 10, 7 were investors and 3 were owner-occupied purchases, allegedly. Looking ahead to the manner of which people financed these purchases, as you'll see, naturally conventional is the largest share of the market there, coming in at roughly 52% of purchases, with cash trailing second with 26%. So in total, that makes up 78% of the market, with the other smaller forms of financing coming in at VA, FHA, both for transactions, and then a few that are hard money or short-term financing options. What I thought was interesting though of that is just really looking at the breakdown of the conventional buyers, right? If you're owner occupied, how much are you putting down versus if you're an investor and non-owner occupied? What's interesting is the owner occupied down payment amount came in at 28% on average for last month, whereas the investor came in at 33%. So there's only a 5% difference between what an investor is putting down versus an owner occupied. Now, one point I want to make in looking over this information is that there's a lot of people that are using 3%, 5%, 10% down, but they're on non-owner occupied deals. Typically, the rule of thumb is 25% down or greater is normally the product available for financing on that. So if you know something I don't know, I'd love to hear about it. It seems like we have a lot of people that are buying properties with an owner-occupied benefit, yet that's not their intention. Outside of that, I think another interesting point here is the median sale price. If we look at the median sale price for duplexes versus triplexes, we only saw a difference of $50,000, meaning a triplex at 1.25 was the median sale price last month, whereas a duplex was 1.2. So there was a lot of value in the price per door in triplex purchases last month relative to duplexes. And usually you don't see the numbers that close together. It'll be interesting to see how that trend continues to diverge or get larger as we review figures here for the month of April. But outside of that, stay tuned for next month as we'll continue to highlight the nuts and bolts of 2 to 4 unit purchases here in San Diego County.